Hey guys, this is Full Stuffing Incorporated, and thank you so freaking much on 200 subscribers. That is amazing, and I am grateful. Thank you guys, you guys are the best fans. We are now 201 strong in this Frifer army, and I appreciate it if I can't say that enough. I'm sorry, but I'm so happy to see this. I am so happy. I mean, it may not be 10,000, but to me, this is still a big deal to me, and I'm grateful to all of you. So, anyway... I want to give my opinions on the top 5 decks that will be underdogs for the next upcoming World. As you can see from the ban list, you guys have checked it out already, Zodiac and True Draco are hit hard. Diagram to 1, Masterpiece to 1, Card Demise to 2, Trident, Broad Bull, and, Barrage got banned. It got hit hard, and it makes for a pretty diverse format. And this is going to be under link rules, so bear with me. So, yeah, I'm going to give my 5 decks that are going to be underdogs in this. And no particular sequence either, so bear with me here. Now, this one may not seem that underrated, but because of this card, because they're one of the most important cards going to 1, I would have to say Cosmo is an underdog deck coming into this. Why? Because, well, they can make some of the best boards with the faster variants, with, like, True Draco Cosmo could still be a thing. And also, Cosmo Dark Destroyer is an amazing card. Some of their higher monsters cannot be targeted. It's amazing. And I feel like that in itself, Cosmo is going to be a very underrated deck. In fact, in the comment section of the video I've watched, it's all about bashing Cosmo, because some people say that, oh my gosh, Cosmo's gonna win, and then somebody's just like, Cosmo Dark Destroyer is a 1, it's not gonna win. They only need 1 Cosmo Dark Destroyer, guys. It's not banned, we can still use it, it's just great. I mean, some of their better plays have been eliminated, but still. Their plays with Fire King Island, some of their draw power with Carved Demise, all those variants they have access to, they are going to be a very powerful deck going into it, regardless of the variant. So I feel like that Cosmo will be a very underrated deck going in the Worlds. Now, the second deck I'll talk about is Yosenju. Yosenjus are a very powerful deck in my opinion. And in itself, Yosenjus, they are one of the more unique decks coming from the Arc 5 era. And why I think that is because they pretty much never need a special summon. In fact, the variant I recommend is probably Kaiju Yosenjus, or Demise Yosenjus, because they can generate advantage and still go with it. Because with cards like Kaiju Slumber, and even the Kaijus themselves can be bounced back by Yosenju Kama 1, and then get you on with normal summoning, their plays are very, very legit. They have cards like Tenki, access to Macro, they have so much they can get into, and that's not even counting the side deck or hand trap cards either if you're not running the ever present card Demise. Even though it's at 2 in the OCG, it's still a very good amount to have. It almost never ruins your consistency. In fact, card Demise at multiples, it just sucks to have sometimes. But that's just my opinion on that. Kaiju Yosenjus, and that's probably the variant I'm going to play if I were to ever go in the Worlds myself, they're going to be a very good deck going into it. And some of the better, you'll probably build the board, try to beat this board, or OTK out the butt kind of format that we're going to do in the Worlds. But, it's going to be a very fun format going into it. I just wish the TCG would follow suit. And now the third one on this list, and it's quite possibly Simo's favorite deck of all time for some reason for these lists. It's going to be Chainburn. Chainburn, I'm not going to lie, it's a deck that's no fun to play or even to face. And I know Simo tried to stay enthusiastic. I don't know how he's staying enthusiastic about Chainburn, but I'll try my best. Chainburn, it's a death you allow your opponent to play. Just burn your opponent to death with a proper hand. Or nurse burn by extension. Because burning your opponent to death before they can even do anything. It's a very satisfying feeling to do with somebody playing Zoo or something. But in general, it's a pretty dull deck. But, if you don't mind not making friends, or not having any friends anymore at all after this event, then you should play Chainburn. Just because it's a very consistent deck with cards like Carved Demise, even though it's been hit on that list. And now on to number 2, and yes, there's going to be another Simo cop-out here. It's going to be Barrier Statues. Barrier Statues are a very good control deck. I mean, well, cards that's just strictly normal summon, pretty much being out of the question because, Diagram and Masterpiece got hit, even though they're still very, very apparent sometimes. They are still a very powerful deck. Barrier Stun is going to be a very big deck going into it, in my opinion. I mean, Invoked is going to be a pretty big deck coming into that, but it'll still be pretty tricky for him to even get around, even with that around. And in my opinion, Barrier Stun is going to be very prominent. In my opinion, it's going to be probably going to take the whole event, because not many people can expect it, not many people will side against it. It's just, you know, the reason that Barrier Stun hasn't been played as of late is because of True Draco. But with that being out of the picture, with most decks being able to special summon nowadays, just run the right barrier statues, and you should do fine. I mean, Zoo's gonna be out of the question, so you just run Drought and maybe Inferno to get around. And I feel like that you'll do very well coming into that event. I mean, with cards like Carve Demise, Pod of Duality, cards like that don't even hurt their consistency, I feel like that in itself is going to be a very powerful deck going into the tournament. And now on to number 1, and I feel like that, well, this really isn't number 1, but, well, in my opinion, it's going to be number 1, even if it was a list or not. I feel like it's going to be the most underrated deck, and please don't come at me with pitchforks here. It is an underrated deck list, so if I were talking about best, Lightstorm would probably take it. But I'm going to say Cubics are going to be the most underrated deck going into this. Why I say this is because quite literally no one plays Cubics, and I can understand why. It's a hard deck to play. There's too much text to memorize, that kind of crap. That's really impractical. But once you learn how to play the deck and realize their application with links with cards like Unification, to summon more Duzas, to send more of your combo pieces to the graveyard or stop your opponent's effects, it's a very freaking good deck. It's an OTK deck. It just, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Like, Crimson Nova is an OTK enabler on its own, and cards like Duza and Flip Barrel Goods being able to use the floating effect of cards that can further extend your plays or stop your opponent from disrupting your plays. It's a very good deck going into that, considering they don't need an extra deck. And also, some of their best monsters, oh my gosh, they can just OTK on their own. Buster Gundeal being able to attack 3 times at 3,000 and can float if you were to summon it. That itself is amazing, and I feel like that it's a very underrated deck going into this tournament. They are very powerful. They don't need an extra deck. They have very good applications. It's just, in general, they have a very good matchup, and I feel like that they need more exposure. So yeah, this is my video on the top 5 most underrated decks going into the world. And if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, join the Fiverr Army, and together we will beat the meta. Talk to you guys next time, and let's make that road to 300 subscribers happen. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you guys next time.